Comets are icy bodies in space that release gas or dust. Comets orbit the Sun, but most are believed to inhabit in an area known as the Oort Cloud, far beyond the orbit of Pluto. Occasionally a comet streaks through the inner solar system, some do so regularly, some only once every few centuries. A comet is an icy, small solar system body that, when passing close to the Sun, warms and begins to release gases, a process called outgassing. This produces a visible atmosphere or coma, and sometimes also a tail. These phenomena are due to the effects of solar radiation and the solar wind acting upon the nucleus of the comet. Comet nuclei range from a few hundred meters to tens of kilometers across and are composed of loose collections of ice, dust, and small rocky particles. The coma may be up to 15 times Earth's diameter, while the tail may stretch 1 astronomical unit. If sufficiently bright, a comet may be seen from Earth without the aid of a telescope and may subtend an arc of 30 degrees 60 moons across the sky. Comets have been observed and recorded since ancient times by many cultures. Comets usually have highly eccentric elliptical orbits, and they have a wide range of orbital periods, ranging from several years to potentially several millions of years. Short-period comets originate in the Kuiper belt or its associated scattered disk, which lie beyond the orbit of Neptune. Long-period comets are thought to originate in the Oort Cloud, a spherical cloud of icy bodies extending from outside the Kuiper belt to halfway to the nearest star. Long-period comets are set in motion towards the Sun from the Oort Cloud by gravitational perturbations caused by passing stars and the galactic tide. Hyperbolic comets may pass once through the inner solar system before being flung to interstellar space. The appearance of a comet is called an apparition. Comets are distinguished from asteroids by the presence of an extended, gravitationally unbound atmosphere surrounding their central nucleus. This atmosphere has parts termed the coma, the central part immediately surrounding the nucleus, and the tail, a typically linear section consisting of dust or gas blown out from the coma by the Sun's light pressure or outstreaming solar wind plasma. However, extinct comets that have passed close to the Sun many times have lost nearly all of their volatile ices and dust and may come to resemble small asteroids. Asteroids are thought to have a different origin from comets, having formed inside the orbit of Jupiter rather than in the outer solar system. The discovery of main belt comets and active Centaur minor planets has blurred the distinction between asteroids and comets. In the early 21st century, the discovery of some minor bodies with long-period comet orbits, but characteristics of inner solar system asteroids, were called Manx comets. They are still classified as comets, such as C. 2014 S3 Pan-STARRS. 27 Manx comets were found from 2013 to 2017. As of July 2019 there are 6,619 known comets, a number that is steadily increasing as they are discovered. However, this represents only a tiny fraction of the total potential comet population, as the reservoir of comet-like bodies in the outer solar system, in the Oort Cloud, is estimated to be 1 trillion. Roughly 1 comet per year is visible to the naked eye, though many of those are faint and unspectacular. Particularly bright examples are called great comets. Comets have been visited by unmanned probes such as the European Space Agency's Rosetta, which became the first to land a robotic spacecraft on a comet, and NASA's Deep Impact, which blasted a crater on Comet Tempel 1 to study its interior. Okay, here are 31 interesting comet facts. 1. Mark Twain was born on the day when Halley's comet flew by the Earth. He said, "I came in with Halley's comet in 1835. It is coming again next year, and I expect to go out with it." Halley's comet next appeared on April 21, 1910, which is the day Mark Twain died. 2. Jupiter is a cosmic vacuum cleaner. Its gravitational influence causes comets and asteroids to collide with it. The rate of impacts on Jupiter is about 2,000 to 8,000x higher than the rate on Earth. Without Jupiter, the probability of asteroid impacts with the inner planets would be much greater. 3. When Earth passed through the tail of Halley's comet during its 1910 approach, there was public fear that a gas discovered in the tail, cyanogen, would destroy all life on the planet, leading to people buying gas masks and anti-comet pills. 4. After the assassination of Julius Caesar, a large comet hit the Earth's atmosphere. It was seen in Rome and China and may have been brightest daylight comet in recorded history. It led to Caesar being deified, an imperial cult, and the building of the Temple of the Comet Star. 5. After 11 years in space, the Rosetta probe was intentionally crashed into a comet in order to provide close-up photos on its final descent. Scientists said they wanted it to go out in true rock and roll style. 6. A comet's tail doesn't follow the comet, instead, it points away from the sun. 7. When Thomas Bopp discovered the comet through a friend's telescope in 1995, he notified officials via telegram. The director later laughed and stated, "Nobody sends telegrams anymore." By the time that telegram got here, Alan Hale had already emailed us 3 times with updated coordinates. 8. Astronomer Charles Messier was obsessed with finding comets. He only catalogued other Messier objects in order to help him avoid wasting time when comet hunting. 9. Comet Shoemaker-Levy 9 collided with Jupiter in 1994, after being broken apart from Jupiter's tidal gravity. One fragment struck the planet's surface with the estimated energy of 6 million megatons of TNT, 600 times the world's nuclear arsenal, and created a dark spot over 12,000 kilometers across. 10. The first picture of Halley's comet can be seen on the Bayeux Tapestry, which was possibly completed in 1077. 11. There's a preferred pathway throughout the solar system that is determined by gravitational fields. This is where every comet travels. 12. On August 13, 1883, a group of comets came 300 miles from obliterating all life as we know it on Earth. 13. Halley's comet has 2 correct pronunciations. It can rhyme with daily or valley, since the discoverer, Edmund Halley, spelled his name 6 different ways during his lifetime. 14. A comet that vents alcohol and simple sugar in its tail was discovered in 2014. 15. In Western Europe, comets were regarded as ill omens and called dire stars, giving us the word disaster. 16. In 1999, NASA successfully collected samples from a comet in space. The samples included possible evidence of liquid water, despite scientists having concluded that comets never get warm enough to melt any ice that they may carry. 17. Biela's comet was a periodic Jupiter family comet first recorded in 1772 by Montaigne and Messier and finally identified as periodic in 1826 by Wilhelm von Biela. It was subsequently observed to split in 2 and has not been seen since 1852. 18. The Tunguska is the event in which millions of trees were felled at once in central Siberia in June of 1908. Scientists believe that this was the result of an airburst caused by a comet or meteor, although no crater has ever been found. 19. There is a scientific theory in which life originated from somewhere else in space and was transmitted to Earth by a comet or asteroid. 20. On July 1, 1770, the closest to Earth passing of a comet was recorded at 1.4 m. The light surrounding the comet was noted as appearing as large as the Moon. Since that time, the comet has never been seen again. 21. The farthest reaches of the Oort Cloud, a cloud of comets and planetesimals surrounding the Solar System, can be up to 100,000 times the distance from the Sun to the Earth. 22. NASA got sued by a Russian astrologer for $300 million over crashing a space impactor into a comet. 23. Maria Mitchell was the first female professional astronomer, born the 1st of August 1818, who discovered a comet and was awarded a medal by the King of Denmark. The inscription read, "Not in vain do we watch the setting and rising of the stars." 24. In 2007, Comet Holmes temporarily brightened by a factor of about 500,000, in what was the largest known outburst by a comet. It also briefly became the largest object in the Solar System, as its coma expanded to a diameter greater than that of the Sun. 25. On May 17, 1882, solar eclipse observers in Egypt were greatly surprised when they saw a bright streak near the Sun once totality began. By a remarkable coincidence, the eclipse had coincided with the perihelion passage of a Kreutz comet. It would otherwise have gone unnoticed. 26. In 1910, several months before the appearance of Halley's comet, an even more spectacular comet made a surprise appearance. 27. A single comet passing close to the Sun over 1,000 years ago that broke apart as the progenitor of the great comets of 1106, 1843, 1882, 1887, 1965, and 2011 and hundreds of other Kreutz sungrazers. 28. The Giotto spacecraft was battered by debris from Halley's comet, sending it spinning. It recovered after 32 minutes and later had its camera smashed by more debris. 29. The escape velocity of the 67P Churyumov-Gerasimenko comet is only 1 meter s, whereas the escape velocity of Earth is 11.186 kilometers per second. 30. NASA crashed an 815-pound piece of copper and aluminum into Comet Wild 2. 31. There are 44,000 minor planets called centaurs in our solar system. Occasionally they become comets and can even have rings. Thank you for watching. We make interesting, fun, sometimes weird videos on the persFACTive channel. Our goal is to provide you with catchy, interesting, funny, bizarre videos as often as possible. I hope I can make you have a couple of fun minutes. Please follow the channel for more information. See you in the next video.